Right. We will be getting started here with our game momentarily. Welcome everybody to week 6 of Wombo eSports. We have 2 matches tonight happening simultaneously. This game is the Night Owls versus NA Rams. The other game will be the Knights versus Coconut Crabs, and that will be streamed separately. So we will keep you posted on when that will happen. Tonight we have casting this game currently myself, Shianamore, and Yogurt on floor. Welcome, Yogurt.
Thank you, Shianamore. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. So we got an exciting game tonight. We have the currently highest ranked team, NA Rams, at 9 wins, 1 loss over our 10 games played currently, versus the Night Owls, who have 4 wins and 6 losses. It could be anyone's game. We got some solid teams on both sides tonight.
We do. We have the 2 best junglers in the league going head to head here. It's going to be an interesting one, to say the least.
I'm sure excited. And those 2 junglers are RIPDusty and PhantomGamerHD. Glad to have those guys. Great to see them. In the top lane, we will have wtfami and most likely Achievements 21. Sometimes we see him bouncing around to other roles, but we'll likely be seeing him in the top lane as well. Mid on NA Rams, we have I Love Lucy, and on Night Owls typically is Eat Me. In the bot lane, we have Urchin Merchant and Airy95 on NA Rams, and DRAVEN Good and Misfortune Bot on the Night Owls. How you feeling about tonight, Yogurt?
I'm feeling pretty good. I think it's going to be a fun and exciting game to watch. I feel like a lot of the pressure is going to be focusing around bot side from both teams, trying to shut down Urchin from the Night Owls, and RIPDusty trying to enable Airy95 and Urchin in bot.
Absolutely. I am curious to see if PhantomGamerHD gets to have any of his 3 mains tonight. What do you think? He tries every time. It never seems to happen.
I'm not sure how RIPDusty feels. I've seen a bit of practice from him on the Nocturne, so they might look to take that away eventually. And look to ban, probably when they're on blue side, and look to just ban away the Rengar and Yi, and maybe throw a 3rd ban at maybe Achievements 21, throwing a ban towards his Fiora or his Vayne.
Yeah, I think those are certainly great choices. I am curious to see PhantomGamerHD on any of those mains that he plays, and he plays a solid Nocturne as an EDC main who has played into that numerous times both this season and last. I didn't enjoy it. It was a pain in the butt. Goes for your face every time and then just rips it right off. So I think that could be a good pick into them tonight. Especially given Urchin has a big target on his back as a very strong ADC player himself.
Game 1, what I'd like to see from NA Rams is to leave up the Nocturne, ban away Rengar, Yi, and take something away from Achievements, and give over that Nocturne to PhantomGamer, because RIPDusty plays Trundle. Provided, obviously, that Trundle isn't banned in the first 3 from Night Owls. That's a really favorable matchup for the Trundle. Come post 6, even if the Nocturne ults to the backline, the Trundle's able to pillar and peel away the Nocturne from the carries, making that dive potential significantly less threatening.
That's awesome, yeah. I am not as well versed in the matchups here, and so I will certainly be relying on your expertise there. Sounds good. What do you think about top lane? So we know that Achievements 21 plays a wide range of different top laners. Likes to play some carries, likes to play some hard engages, soft engages, run across the map at your face kind of engages. And we've got a very solid weak side, strong CC tank man on the opposite team. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen in top lane in terms of fixed bans?
I'm not sure. I feel like Achievements 21 is either going to take the Vayne or Fiora or something that if he gets ahead on, he carries the game with. And obviously WTFMI is going to take one of those tanks that plays super safely, just kind of sit under your tower, farm it out, don't int the lane and you're fine. So probably something like a Malphite, Maokai, or an Ornn would probably go up to WTFMI.
I would not be surprised to see it play some solid champions in that sense. Mid lane, what do you think we might see?
I'm not sure. Both of these mid laners have surprised me this season with picks that just didn't show up in like therapy.gg. Like I Love Lucy on the Karma and Eat May on the Karthus. That was a relatively new one up until a couple weeks ago. I am looking to see probably the Yone from I Love Lucy and probably the Swain or a Karthus from Eat.
Ooh, yes, I would agree. And I'm also getting some comments, thank you folks for pointing it out, that I am super quiet, so let me increase my output volume just a bit. Hopefully that will help. I also think there might be a Seraphine mid. I've been seeing Eat May play some of that, so I think we could see it from that side. I Love Lucy. He does play a wide range of different champs. Be curious to see if he might take like a Yone or take a Lucian. He takes a bunch of different champs mid as well. What do you think of bot side? Oh, go ahead.
I'd probably like to see the Lucian or maybe a Tristana mid out of Lucy, providing his team with yet another marksman. The double marksman comp skill really well, and looking at the champ pools for the Night Owls, they don't really have a front line. So the double marksman comp's just going to be able to shred through the Night Owls late game.
Ooh, that'll be a tough one to face for sure.
Now for bot side, I'm not sure. Urchin's got a relatively deep pool. Expecting to see a Nami or a Leona out of Area 95 though, and probably the Janna out of Misfortune bot.
He's been playing quite a bit of Janna, that is for sure. I wonder if it'll be like a utility support versus utility support, or if we'll see some tanks down there too.
I'm wondering if maybe we'll see out of NA Rams the Lucian Nami lane that's shown up so much in pro play, where the Nami runs Electrocute. There's so much shredding potential in lane there, and very, very dominant duo in bot lane right now.
I'll say. I've been seeing a lot of, in terms of pro play, a lot of Aphelios, a lot of Misfortune. I think it's been interesting to see Urchin Merchant play some variety of like casters as well, like some Vigar, some Ziggs, some others. Do you think he'll be going AP or AD down there?
I'm not sure. I think that'll depend on what Eat Make decides to go in, or sorry, I Love Lucy decides to go in.
I'm excited to see this pick ban phase for sure. That's a good question. I think I'm excited for every lane. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. I need to double check. I don't know that these guys have played each other more than once. This might be the first time. Let me take a quick look at our stats here.
Yeah, they don't want to kite.
Yeah, so they played each other first week on September 5th. So this will be the second time that they've played each other. Ooh. Second time they've played each other this season. So give me just a moment. I will take another look at my stats and take a look at my settings to make sure that folks can hear both of us. Give me just a moment.
I feel really good about our call. I don't think they picked around us having Draven. Because like
Alright, so we got the music back. Thanks everyone for your patience. Yogurt, can we hear you speak just a little bit to make sure that everyone can hear you as well?
Hello again. I am very excited to see this pick ban phase.
Same here. Can anybody hear him when he said that? Alright, getting some confirmation. Alright. Thank you guys, appreciate it again. I think we might be starting pick ban phase soon. It looks like everyone from both teams is now here.
Just a little bit of shuffling around in the lobby to make sure they're in LCS order.
Yep. Alright, they are starting it up. Let's head over there. Alright, here we go. We are starting our pick ban phase, with the Night Owls taking their first ban.
I'm expecting at least 2 of the bans to be targeted towards RIPDusty from the Night Owls here, probably taking away the Trundle and the Olaf.
Ooh, that's spicy.
There's a Vigar. Best to get that off the hands of Urchin. He was a menace on it when he's gotten a hold of it. That cage does so much work.
It's tough in the first couple levels, and then after that, he starts scaling up, and then he scales infinitely, so good stuff.
Vigar's so annoying. We see the Rengar ban out of NA Rams, followed by a Malzahar ban from the Night Owls.
That's a curious one. I'm not sure I've seen that in some of the stats, but it must be against I Love Lucy.
It would be. Oh, they didn't ban anything away from...
bold! I love it! I love it!
Oh, they left open Nocturne. I'm wondering if they're planning on picking up the Trundle here. For RIPDusty. Night Owl's probably going to first pick the Nocturne, followed by the... Oh no, they took the Trundle.
I'm thinking that's for PhantomGamerHD. Do you think that's for him, or do you think it's for achievements?
I could see that being a really good flex pick. That Trundle would be really good in topside into what the champ's wtfami plays. It could also go jungle and take something away from RIPDusty. And put RIPDusty on something that is worse into the Trundle. Probably an Olaf or the Hecarim then.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the alternative will be. PhantomGamerHD has had some solid Trundle games in the past. We haven't seen it so far here, but in last season he played... Actually, he had some of the highest damage in game as Trundle last season, across all the games. And we hear Helium Brunt, I apologize for getting your name wrong, heard the Night Owls have a secret pocket pick Bard top. I'm curious to see if we see that. What do you think?
That a Bard top pick would certainly be spicy. I would be very excited to see it.
I would too, especially since Achievements 21 despises Bards on his team and is happy not to have it anywhere on the map. But I would be excited.
Good Bards are terrifying though.
It's
that
true.
Tempered Fate just coming out of nowhere, locking you up for the rest of the team to get there and eventually take your life.
Heck yeah. We've got a DRAVEN and Janna on the side of the Night Owls, and we have bot lane on the NA Rams also selected with Akshan and Leona, and the jungler is also selected with Jarvan 4th, which is also pretty standard or common pick for RIPDusty.
I do like the Janna pick into the Leona. Provides a lot of good disengage from whatever engage the Leona tries to do early.
Oh,
we see a Fiora ban from taking the Fiora away from Achievements 21. I expected that. Did not expect the Lucian ban though.
It seems like it's against I Love Lucy, as that
Probably.
is one of his mains. And Yone is as well, so banning out the mid laner a little bit there on the side of Night Owls. And a return mid ban with the Swain from NA Rams.
I'm wondering if that Kennen is going to go mid lane into Eat May, or if it's going up and top up against Achievements 21. That'll be an interesting flex pick.
Ooh, I'll say yeah. excited to see where he goes. The idea is he'll probably be a mid cannon. WTFMI may have been practicing some cannon, but I have not seen it so far.
That could very well be a Lilia top lane. I know Achievements 21 has been playing a spot of Lilia. That is a really good flex between Phantom Gamer and Achievements 21 though.
Sadly, no Bard top lane today. But we'll be going bowling instead. Just equally exciting.
And we see the Ahri pick. Going into the hands of Eat May.
Good selection, offers some CC, some I'm gonna get back at your carries kind of line. It's good stuff.
It's also a fairly safe pick in lane. The mobility on the ult kind of means you never have to burn flash unless they have enough damage to burst you out if you don't flash.
Absolutely.
And that cannon is a mid cannon.
Oh yeah. We have a Mundo going top. Alright, so we have our team lineups. We're getting ready with the lobby. We'll be firing that up shortly. So what are you thinking about all these picks and bans so far? How are these teams shaping up?
I really like I like the NA Rams comp a lot more. Very team fight oriented. Leona ult, J4 ult, and the Kennen ult all layering over top one another is really dangerous, especially if they're able to control those choke points.
Yes,
And
Marshawn
the Night
can
Owls,
engage quickly afterward as well.
yeah, and the Night Owls seem to have more of a dueling comp where their only their only big team fight threat is the Lilia with the Drowsy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see some. It seems like they have both engage and disengage, which is great from Night Owls, and very hard engage from the NA Rams.
Yeah, the NA Rams doesn't really have a whole lot of disengage unless they get engaged on. Then you have Leo ult, Kennen ult, and just run away.
Definitely some big Wombo fight from the NA Rams.
Oh, okay.
I feel this is generally the style of play we see from the NA Rams, the sort of death ball. If you engage on us, we're just going to engage better and win kind of comps.
Yeah, that's right. I will have it on
I'm still having some audio issues. Apologize, guys. Keep looking into getting those fixed, and we will get started here shortly.
Looks like we're about to be getting ready to hop into the pick ban phase in client.
And hopefully some of my audio issues are getting down. I'm so sorry, guys. Be definitely playing around with my stats and everything, my settings after these games. So thank you for hanging in here with us. So I think there was some betting or some kind of agreement in the bot lane between Airy and Misfortune. I hope that they do bewitching skins only.
They can't though. I don't think Leona has a Halloween skin.
If you take not Project, but one of the other ones, it has like a purple and a green, so you can try to skirt it a little bit.
The Mecha Kingdoms one?
Yeah.
I was hoping for Area 95 to bust out the Nami. Get
I
to
was
look at
as well.
the new Bewitching Nami skin.
Heck yes. Maybe next game we'll see it.
Your commands tire me.
Alright, so other observations for this team so far.
It's depending on where that Lilia goes. Top lane's probably just going to be a slap fight because Mundo Cleaver's hurt. Trundle can't really get on to the Mundo without Pillar. That is a Lilia top lane. Kind of excited to see that. That means Dr. Mundo might want to build a little bit of early MR to make sure that the Mundo just doesn't get ran over by the Lilia. Lilia is a very good AP tank shredder.
It feels like a good choice into many of the things that WTFMI plays. So here's a question: what does his shield, his spell shield, pop off and not pop off on in terms of Trundle and Lilia?
It will pop off of the Lilia Drowsy and the knock-up from the Trundle Pillar.
Okay.
But it won't pop off of the slows. Mundo passive only procs on hard CC.
Yep. Excellent. Good to know. Thank you. Also want to give a reminder for all you watchers out there and our other caster here in chat. Hope you all have eaten a delicious meal and that you have had some water to drink tonight. Gotta stay refreshed for these games. We're gonna strap in and excited for the games to start. What did you have for dinner, sir?
I had tortellini with Alfredo sauce and some garlic bread.
You are speaking my love language. I'm very jealous right now, I have to say.
It was very good tortellini.
I had some memi soup, which is a sort of, I think it's fish-based, which, you know, I'm pretending not to hear as a vegetarian, but also has some mushrooms, some noodles, and some other veg in there as well.
That sounds really good.
For all you hanging out there in the chat, how are your dinners? What'd you eat? Anything exciting? I feel like yogurt on floor is probably going to top us off. Because that sounds amazing.
The Dining Commons has incredible tortellini. I have their pasta. Well, I've had their pasta so much in the past month.
Different ones definitely have their specialties.
They definitely do. They have very, very good pasta. Some of the dining commons on campus, though, not so great food.
Yeah, some are always better than others. Oh, that sounds good too. Tyler Durden, FTW, had chicken, pasta with Alfredo, cucumber salad, and kiwi. Got all the food groups there. That's awesome.
Ooh, that does sound incredible. A little bit jealous of the chicken with the Alfredo, but that's just me.
I hear it adds on, but I wouldn't know. Alright, so we are waiting for the spectator delay, which is a little over 2.5 minutes long.
You have any predictions for this game, Xeonomore?
I don't know. I think the larger team fight is going to come from any round, so I think their positioning around objectives and then those team fights is going to be very, very strong. And they tend to rotate really well. But I think there's a lot of go get 'em that's on the Night Owls as well. And I think as their positioning as a team and as they're pairing off into those duos to do some trading, I think they have a lot of heavy strengths there as well. I'm always a person who's focused on objectives, so I feel like it could be anyone's game. What do you think?
I think it's going to be really hard later for the Night Owls to contest these objectives, unless they're keeping really good track of alt cooldowns. Especially if you don't have the vision prepped pushing into a choke point against a Leona, Kenna, and J4 is going to be it's not going to be fun. They layer those ults, the team fight's just kind of over before it ever started. So I'd really like to see the Night Owls opt for more of a 1-3-1, try to trade objectives where they can. So like maybe give up first Dragon give up first Drake for early Rift Herald, especially since you get a lot of value out of early Rift since you can drop it for plates. Maybe try. I'd like to see the Trundle try to gank top lane and quite a bit and apply a lot of pressure up there and maybe get the Lilia a really big advantage because the Deer just being able to run around the team, kiting out all of those ults, kiting out any CC from the team from NARAMs, that would just, it'd be a menace.
For sure. I think both these junglers are very present in lanes, and so I think First Blood will start to set the stage for those later objectives as Dragon and Rift start to spawn. So I wouldn't be surprised if top lane were early on both of their lists, obviously, given their rotation patterns. But I think it'll be curious to see who that will fall to.
I would honestly expect the junglers to start opposite sides and path oppositely one another.
Okay, tell me more.
I know this is I don't know which way this matchup goes, but I know that one of the junglers had counter pick. I believe it's the J4 is favorable against the Trundle, so the Trundle should look to try to avoid the early skirmish around Scuttlecrab. So I'd expect to see I'd expect to see the J4 start on his bot side jungle, pathing towards top, and the opposite for the Trundle, just to avoid that early skirmish.
Yeah, it'll be neat to see if they do like a 5-point or if there's some invading, and if we get some early trades there as well. So we're loading in the match. It'll take us just a few more seconds here to patch through. And we'll see how things start to line up.
Which team are you rooting for, Xenomore? Me personally, I'm aiming for the Night Owls, the underdogs here.
I have to say, I think I'm probably in the same boat, but I always love watching NARAMs play. I think they just have very excellent, they hit a lot of all of those things that we're looking at.
I'm up 16, 17.
Right, patching it.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright, how about you? What are you thinking? This is a standard 5-5 defense, 5-point defense on both sides.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
We do see the early ward dropped out from PhantomGamer, getting a little bit of information about possibly RIPDusty's pathing. It doesn't look like that ward will give much vision on the jungler, on his toggling Fog of War. That word PhantomGamer put does not give vision on any camps. He only just got RIPDusty's initial position.
RIPDusty did not back. So he is heading to lane. Or not heading to lane, heading to blue buff.
I was wrong about the jungle starts. They are both going to be pathing bot to top. I'd expect the J4 to maybe look for some sort of level 3 play on the Ahri, punish her before she has ult.
Here we go.
We do have from the chat, it is League of Draven this time. We're seeing Draven Yes Good on his main Draven.
You see a little bit of early trading in top lane. wtfami getting a nice cleaver onto Achievements 21, getting the grass proc off of the next auto. We see PhantomGamer going red buff, Gromp buff. Started the red buff, is now taking his Gromp.
Teach me more. How does that impact his jungling?
I'm not really sure. I'm not a jungler, but I just thought that was interesting. I would have expected probably buff Raptors, Wolves, buff Gromp. It might mean that Phantom Gamer gets to do a little bit of invading here, looking for that J4, or looking to maybe come up behind I Love Lucy in mid and force the flash.
Oh,
Oh, we
Draven, yes,
see.
good, getting low.
We also see the red buff going over to Phantom Gamer and top side. RIPDusty got punished real hard.
Misfortune bot
Oh.
might be going down, and she does.
Nice clean 2v2 in the bot lane. Early skirmish happened top as well in top jungle. Phantom Gamer got away with taking a red buff and topside scuttle.
And bot side, 1 kill, first blood went to Leona, and the second kill went to Akshan. Good engage with the grapple hook around to engage on that Janna. Good Leona lockdown as well, even taking some tower shots to make sure that they secure that kill.
There was a little bit of dueling in mid just now. Eatmei landed a really good charm on the Kennen and took about half HP off.
Could be gankable soon. I don't think any flashes are down there yet. A little bit pushed in time.
Only the flash on the Janna and Auction's flash.
Oh, and Phantom Gamer in a tough spot.
He gets out though. The
flash from
oh,
Achievements 21.
never mind.
Phantom Gamer getting low. Achievements 21 also getting low. Oh!
WTFami pick. Achievements 21 picking up the counter kill and the double.
Wow, you know he's feeling good with that. 2 kills in the pocket and double buffs.
I fully expect a lot of pressure from Phantom Gamer topside now that their Lily is 2-0, but I speak too early. We have a fight in bot lane.
Oh, Draven
almost,
flash.
The Auction almost picking up the kill on Draven. Yes, good there.
Saved by the flash, the tower, and the Janna. So he is pushed out of lane and will be missing that farm, but will be coming back to lane in just a short moment.
I would expect to see the early dragon coming here now, with Draven Yes Good still being out of lane, and it spawning in 3 seconds. Blue team isn't really in a good position to contest.
RIPDusty does have double scuttles on both sides of the map, though. So that will give them some good vision to know if the Trundle is beginning that dragon.
They are going to see...
in between.
Yeah, they're going to spot out the Trundle in the bot side. J4 is just doing a clear. We see some fighting up in top lane too. Achievements 21, Proc and Conquer taking about 75% of WTFami's health bar. With no TP too, he can't really take a clean reset without getting really punished.
For sure, he'll need to play back a little bit safely. They can feel forward, like he can push a little bit forward because of the scuttle, or the ward that is in the river. Leona going on Draven.
But we see Trundle here for gank as this fight is going on. Draven Yes Good still going to go down. Auction's going to hook shot out of there. Airy 95 still fighting. TP coming in from Kennen, though he doesn't have 6. And the flash from Airy 95, and I Love Lucy picks up a kill off that TP.
Good TP, well played as a counter gank.
And we see Achievements 21 fighting WTFami up in top lane, proccing the Conqueror, taking, again, another very good trade for him.
We see some counter jungling happening from RIPDusty as well. He could be
we are going to see a 3-man gank onto this Ahri in mid. The flash ult from the Kennen, followed by Airy 95. Zenith waiting on.
More action topside!
This game is a bloodbath. The Cleaver misses. Achievements 21 might just be able to take this 1v2 in top.
Is the drowsy?
He picks up... he just gets a double. Nice clean 1v2, but bot lane rotated all the way from... Maybe. Yeah, that... Auction Q picking up the kill onto Achievements 21, reviving his allies too.
And getting that that fat shutdown, and he is now 4-0-2.
At 7 minutes.
That is a big boy.
That is a very big auction.
This is a great rotate from bot lane all the way up to top through middle, catching a kill there, and then continuing up top, getting that shutdown. They're going to be coming back to lane with a lot of gold in their pockets.
They do get some, blue team does get something bot side though, with taking some plates and denying a very big wave from NA Rams.
Yes, and taking that dragon, which we didn't have a chance to see, but we see now that they have snatched that lovely mountain drake.
Ime hit a really nice charm, chunked the cannon out to about half HP. We see RIPDusty hovering. He might be looking to make a play here when Area 95 and Urchin get back to lane.
Their jungler is back.
He
They've
is.
overstayed.
The DRAVEN, yes, good, getting caught in the pit. Misfortune bot being ran down by the Akshan.
Gets under tower safely and does not lose his life today.
Urchin Merchant having only 50 CS, but still enough gold to almost have a complete a mythic. That is impressive.
I'll say. Keeping it go. Oh, trying to take that pink ward, but it is not quite safe to do so with that Lilia hovering around so closely.
That Lilia is huge. She's gonna be a menace in these fights later.
For sure. We see bot lane hovering around mid, but Ime is playing it safe and hanging back a little bit. She's not pushing too far forward. We see Phantom Gamer coming in. They have that vision.
She does have flash, and we see the ult come out from I Love Lucy picking up a kill. Ime flashes away, but that doesn't save her. She just dies. Urchin Merchant is on it. Rampage, doing so much damage.
Oh, good flash from Graving us good. Urchin chasing, ults, and does get the kill. Has now a 6-0-5 Akshan. Stacking up those kills.
Urchin is going to be very happy on this next back. I'm going to assume he's going into Kraken Slayer. He's going to be pumping out a lot of damage so early into the game.
Some good gold going to Ari and DRAVEN though as well. Getting those kills, and I believe may have been a shutdown on Leona.
The bowling ball is going to land on Dr. Mundo. Achievements 21 taking wtfami again to half HP. Despite not being in lane as long as the DRAVEN has, Urchin Merchant has still nearly has a 20 CS lead.
Yeah, despite all that roaming. It's pretty strong.
This game is a bloodbath. 18 kills at 11 minutes.
Oh, King coming in from PhantomGamerHD. He does not go all the way in.
wtfami did pop the ulti though.
Yes. So we getting that health back, farm up that wave, keep on rolling. As Achievements 21 backs. We saw PhantomGamerHD thinking about a Rift, but taking step on instead. Oh, and engage from Leona bot side.
DRAVEN, yes, good. Getting bursted down by the Akshan. Yep, he has his mythic. Misfortune bot just getting ran down here, and Urchin Merchant goes legendary.
Oh, we have some drowsy dudes over here. Achievements 21 trying to get Urchin Merchant. Not quite reaching. Oh, the CC from Leona. And Achievements 21
Urchin. Achievements 21 burning flash, ult, and teleport and not getting anything off of it. That is really bad for the Night Owls.
That Leona is a fat wall between anybody and that sweet, sweet Akshan, making it very difficult to get over there. Plus that grappling hook flings him very, very far away from any danger he might face, or to engage hard along with his Leona.
Very, very far. Whoever gets their hands on this auction is going to be very, very, very happy.
They will be wealthy people.
Oh yeah.
We see Rip
I'd like to
Dusty.
see that. I'd like to see that shutdown probably go over to the Ari or the Lilia. Phantom Gamer coming in mid, burning I Love Lucy's flash and ult. It doesn't matter though. Phantom Gamer picks up the kill on I Love Lucy, and RIPDusty is out.
He's getting squashed, but he swooped right over the wall. Looking for a dragon fight here. Oh, Leona has started with her up.
They spotted the auction on Phantom Gamer's sweeper. It doesn't matter though. Auction's gonna pick up the kill there. RIPDusty's picking up the kill onto Eatmay, and there is no counter kill.
It's just hard.
This
He's
is-
hanging way far
yeah.
back and just doing all that damage, and the rest of his team's just there with him.
This is such an NA Rams favored game right now. There's a 5k gold lead at 13 minutes. That is massive. That is, at this point, that is almost insurmountable.
Achievements 21, looking for WTFI. I Love Lucy comes to join. He gets away, pops over the cone back to top lane to get some of that farming. We see the second Drake going over to the side of NA Rams. And that is a cleanse.
And oh, Misfortune Bot lives, blocked auction ult with a turret. Well
Blessed
played
be.
by the Janna there.
Thank you, Tau. Appreciate your sacrifice.
The bowling ball landing on the WTFami, and the Lilia Q followed. Draven, yes, good, just gets tower dove. Airy 95 does fall to Phantom Gamer. However, Auction's going to be able to pick up a second kill, bringing back the Leona. And he's probably going to keep going, looking for that Janna.
He's looking for that Janna, can't find her immediately, decides to go back to the tower and see if he can get first tower. She is competing for achievements 21, except WTFMI is teleporting top side, so he will not be able to get that tower. It goes to the side of NA Rams and bot side.
Looking at the gold difference in lanes right now, Urchin Merchant is 5.1k gold ahead of Draven Yes Good. He is sitting on 92, almost 9,300 gold, while Draven Yes Good is barely pushing 4.2.
At this point, lots of farming up that they'll need to do, protecting some towers, seeing if they can get Rift.
The only lane that currently has a gold lead for the Night Owls is top lane. The Lilia, it's still not even that big of a deficit. It's 1.2 gold, k gold. As I'm saying that, we see a tower dive onto Eatmay. Has to burn flash and ult, throws the charm in the wrong direction though. And Misfortune Bot getting chunked out by the auction. Sitting on 2 items now.
Eatmay is alone standing underneath that tower with 4 people coming for her face.
Lands the charm onto Urchin Merchant, but it doesn't matter. Eatmay just gets bursted down. That auction is putting out so much damage this game.
Get that second tower there in mid lane. Will they keep pushing? They will. We got Phantom
I'd like-
and Draven that's good to protect.
I'd like to see them walk up towards this Rift Herald, take that.
They might go for that Achievements 21, who's looking really delicious there, I'm sure, for them. Before they go for it.
I'd like to see Achievements 21 try to take this tower dive early then. Like now. He has a damage. WTFMI doesn't have his ult up.
Sees them there, decides to back off instead of getting too risky under tower with WTFMI. So it looks like any rooms will take Rift uncontested, and they may be looking
see
topside
them.
for a dive.
We did see, yeah, them walking top. Leona spots out that word and clears it. Achievements 21 is now sitting with no vision top, but we see Phantom Gamer hovering.
Have that sultry little ward hanging out there with 1 HP left. They are certainly looking to dive Achievements 21, but little do they know that there are others hanging out there.
Yeah, my bad. I thought the Leona combo killed that ward.
DRAVEN looking to dive, and Janna Tornado preventing him from doing so. He will look to go in again.
There, up the flash from Air 95 finds a good Zenith Blade onto the Ari, and it looks like Eatmay's going to drop. Never mind, she's out. Drowsy coming out from Achievements 21. They do. NA Rams does get another charge off the Rift Herald.
Oh, shutdown going onto DRAVEN. Yes, good.
Almost a double.
Might be another
Almost
on Area
picking up the,
95.
yeah. I think Phantom game. Oh, the bowling ball from Achievements 21 manages to pick up Area 95, and they're gonna keep chasing.
Ooh.
Oh,
Kennan's gonna come in
oh,
with a big ult. Tornado knocks up the back of the line. Oh, somebody blocked.
I love Lucy picking up the kill onto Phantom Gamer there, and they're gonna keep
good
going.
charm.
Akshan flashing forward, followed by a charm from Eatmay and the flash from DRAVEN. Yes, good. Just when this was looking like it favored the Night Owls, the NA Rams show up with so much damage.
Great ult from Kenan, good charms from Ari, but alas was not enough to get to get a death onto that Akshan. He is sitting at 14-0 and 8.
He's sitting on almost 11k gold at 18 minutes.
And they're grouping well as a team. They are sticking together very closely. And when a couple are in trouble, the rest are showing up. So it's very hard to single him out among the pack.
What do you think the way back into this game is for the Night Owls?
Ooh, my expertise is not predictives, but I would say farm up everything that you absolutely can. See if you can do some of that side pushing. The difficulty is wtfami will always be matching somebody who's side splitting. So I think that will be something that helps them. I don't know that they have the same death ball abilities that NA Rams have. I think they have some great possibilities in some of those team fights. Getting those charms onto their big carries and getting some of their CC on them as well.
2 auto attacks and a Q from the Akshan, half health Ari.
That's a little frightening, not gonna lie.
If any one of the members of the Night Owls is caught out of position near the Akshan, they're just going to disappear from the map.
Doing good, getting as much gold as possible onto DRAVEN in particular. wtfami looking to maybe ward their top side. Getting ward right in the middle there, heading back up to lane. They got a lot of vision. Let's just take a look at this map. Look at all these red little dots all over the place. Got at least 3 pink wards down, in addition to a lot of other wards.
If you toggle the vision towards blue side has no vision. They've got a ward in the bush by Krugs. They've got one by Wolves, and they've got one up by the Alcove. They actually just spotted out Area 95 and I believe RIPDusty coming up behind Phantom.
They're going in for a 3v1.
Phantom just trying to buy as much time as he can. Unfortunately, still drops to WTFami. If Akshan decides to rotate up towards top, they could definitely Baron here, but they're opting to defend bot turret instead.
Do get the tower engaging on Akshan. Oh, the Kenan ult, so good! Oh, the DRAVEN gets that kill on Akshan. That sweet, sweet, many thousand gold. Well, not many thousand, but many zeros behind that one for sure.
And he finally gets to cash in on that passive.
Yes. That is some great gold in the pocket of DRAVEN. Yes, good.
Akshan's sitting at 3 items now. He finished up an Infinity Edge not too long ago, whereas everybody else, other than DRAVEN Yes Good, is sitting on 1. DRAVEN Yes Good is the only other person in the game with more than 1 item complete.
It's difficult. It's not safe to walk around in those jungles, especially with Fire Drake bringing the walls down. Even with the vision, they can just rotate very quickly to anybody in any of the lanes, and they are pushing in on all sides there.
All of the vision from the Night Owl is expired. I'd like to see NA Rams force a Baron here.
Ult from Leon. Does not quite catch it. Nobody dies today.
The flash from, and I believe ult burnt from Ari. I'd like to see NA Rams transition it up into a Baron fight.
And DRAVEN ult comes down. Akshan blows up the Ari. They're looking for this mid tower. PhantomGamer side pushing top side. I love Lucy matching. But we are at a 4v3 in the mid lane. It's very hard to see on the side of the
I'd like to see the NA Rams take this mid inhibitor turret and transition up towards Baron. Oh, but we see Area 95 going in on Achievements 21 and Achievements 21 flashing out to safety. It did cost Area 95's Ignite, though.
Yes, and they are still pushing mid. They might be looking to rotate up to tops, knowing that Lilia has rotated there as well. So they are hunting for Achievements 21, and he is about to be sandwiched between a rock and a much larger boulder behind him.
Achievement
Did a lot of
Akshan
damage.
picking up the kill from Achievements 21 and the Leona ult being burnt as well.
Yeah, so definitely drawing out some ults from those guys, and they are not going for Dragon or Baron. I apologize. They are looking perhaps toward Dragon, which is coming up in just a little bit here in about 15 seconds. Phantom Gamer is bot side and close to it, but the team is not set up to be over there, and we do not have vision on it.
I mean, I feel like NARM should have just Baroned there, like taken the Baron train. They have the damage at the auction. They should be able to melt through it. Take the Baron there, transition down to Dragon. You don't really give up anything. It would have been a 4v5 at Baron and a 5v5 down at Dragon, but you still win the team fights with the J4 ult, Leon ult coming off cooldown now, and Auction's positioning being as incredible as it has been. Just able to shred through the Night Owls.
I would agree, and they've started the Dragon. Oh, engaging onto Achievements 21. He goes down. Now going very confidently for that Dragon.
I expect to see them. I expect to see them try to transition up towards Baron.
Mundo zoning them off. Proxying ult.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Dragon does go to any ramps.
And we just see them retreat back into their jungle and take resets here.
It's a wise choice. They are a very big deathball team. I would be terrified to walk into that or have them anywhere near me.
I think Misfortune Bot and Phantom Gamer, actually just this team in general, like as a whole, need to go push vision. Their map is very, very, very dark.
Yeah,
they have the Scuttle Crab that they stole, the blue ward on Baron, a pink in
but
the pink in the
top side, yeah.
Yeah, their map is very dark.
Definitely could get some more pink wards, some blue, some yellow. Let's get all the colors.
Area 95 finally finding that blue ward on Baron. Looks like NAMs are gonna prep a little bit of vision here and maybe force the fight. It is one they win. They have the better Wombo combo with J4, Leona, and Kennen.
Kennen TPing topside. Leona and DRAVEN following up. Does stun.
Kennen flash ulting for that. Achievements 21 might be able to. I speak too soon. Achievements 21 falls, but they do manage to pick up a kill on the auction in mid with a very, very good RE charm.
It looks like they can be pushing for this tower at this point. Looks like they are instead rotating toward bot side, knowing that the rest of the team will be rotating down.
WTF am I managing to hold off the siege from the Night Owls, keeping them at bay. They just decide to go get a little bit of defensive vision in their bot side jungle.
Trading a Lilia for an auction, and they are continuing pushing some waves, do some backing, do some counter jungling. Top side jungle is very empty at this point, as is the bot side.
With the amount of vision NARM's just cleared out and put down, I would completely expect them to try to force a fight here. But sorry about that. Roommate coughing. I would expect NARMs to transition towards topside and force this fight. The Night Owls can't face check in the dark jungle without risking getting obliterated in a fight.
You see them rotating around each other. There are 3 there versus the 2. Lily is floating nearby. Oh, then they have vision. Oh! Leon TP coming. Blow up both of them in a very short amount of time.
And the Dr. Mundo ulting, trying to run down the Janna.
She's just
They're just gonna back off and take the spare now.
There's no jungler to contest, so they will certainly take that. Do we think they will just run it down mid as the NA round, or do we think they'll do some splitting top and mid?
I'd like to see them split a little bit, open up the map. It's looking like that's what we're gonna see. We see wtfami moving up towards that top side, and J4 hovering between mid and top, sort of a 1-4-1 or a 1-4. I mean, just J4 is not actually grouping, hovering between the 2 lanes in case he needs to be somewhere specific.
They're knocking on that door in mid, and J4 is rotating to the top side for Achievements 21 as he engages on WTFMI. He's doing some chunks.
WTFMI though, as that's happening, we have a little bit of fighting in mid.
Flash from WTFMI in Achievements 21. RIPDusty coming in to go on this kill. Does he get WTFMI? He does! And then J4 kills him shortly after. Some good gold in Lilia's pocket.
We see Phantom. We see 3 sweepers being popped, trying to clear out vision in the same area.
DRAVEN is not in a safe spot with Kennen and Akshan floating right there. But the 2 of them see the rest of the team, and they are just waiting to be joined by DRAVEN before they decide to engage.
We do see Ari95 trying to walk down from topside jungle of the Night Owls as Dragon is still spawning. I think
burst down that Drake while mid lane inhibitor is being taken, and they do get Drake. No soul for any Rams today, engaging on Ari95. Oh, and DRAVEN gets a knockup. Heal from Janna coming down. Oh!
The NARM's going a little bit too deep in that fight and trading 3 for 1.
Trundle doing a lot of stealing of stats, and they do get those 3 kills. Nicely done on the side of Night Owls.
And those 3 kills went over to the DRAVEN, getting him very back in the game.
Much needed gold right there.
He even pulled the CS lead. Now, granted, it's not big and it doesn't nearly make up for the 20 kills the auction has.
Chasing down WTFMI, he does pop ult, is healing a bunch. PhantomGamer taking a ton of tower shots.
The Steric shield proccing.
You see that Kennen has finally joined on the top side, and the 2 back off.
We see a Kennen TP to defend this mid tier 1.
And the mid tower does not go down. But doing
clearing
and such.
I do want to make note that they got one of the inhib turrets for the Night Owls down to about 60% HP as the Night Owls were taking Dragon. We see the J4 moving down towards Trundle's Krugs. I'm just gonna clear out that control word.
And wisely choosing to back off, knowing that the rest of the team is probably right there, and in fact they are. For our bot side, Kennen is very close to bot side as well. He'll be joining probably shortly. This is a 5v5 near the blue bot tower.
They don't have NARMs no longer have Baron buff, so they can't really siege as well. Big flash ult from Kennen.
Huge stuns, huge damage. Ults from across the board. NARM's coming up. Akshan ult coming in. Blocked by the tower. Tower takes a lot of damage, but PhantomGamer lives to see another day.
They're going to be able to RIPDusty going in, burning the ult and picking up the kill onto DRAVEN. Yes, good. Auction going deep.
Blowing up Trundle. They are pushing to end this game. Death timers are long, and it looks like we are getting things are slowing down, which probably means the Nexus has fallen. So let us go ahead and escape out of this game. and take a look at these stats.
I am expecting a lot of damage coming out from the Akshan. 30. He did 35.5 thousand damage. The next highest in the game was 9k behind, and it was achievements 21 on that Lilia.
Not surprising at all. He was dumping out a lot of damage, got a lot of kills early on.
But if you ban the Lily, what?
I will
what do
say,
you-
well played by both teams.
Very, 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 very well played by the NA Rams too. Especially, I mean, being able to push that vision, make sure the Night Owls have to walk through dark jungles when they have the worst team fight.
Yeah, let's take a look at those vision scores for a moment. So, Airy95 getting a solid 85 score vision, with Janna coming next at 57, Akshan after that at 42, and then DRAVEN at 37 coming after that. With, let's see how many wards were placed by each. So this was 38! 38 by that Leona. Holy cow. And we have wards destroyed also a ton by Janna and Leona, doing a lot of vision clearing, and lots of control wards purchased, especially by DRAVEN and Leona. So lots of good vision. We saw it was being placed all along the rivers and in the blue side jungles as well. So they always knew where folks were, and were able to rotate, not necessarily undetected, but with very short notice of knowing that they would be there. So lots of picks on the top and bot side.
What do you expect for the draft for game 2? Now that NA Rams have blue side.
Oof, that is a great question. I feel like the Trundle's not going to be allowed to be on the board, but that DRAVEN did a lot of solid engaging, closing in on those walls, with a difficult time of escaping from anybody he stuck in that hole, especially with Leona ult coming down as well. As you mentioned early on, the good ult overlays by ult overlays, coming in with Akshan just zipping in and doing a ton of damage to close out those team fights. So I don't know, what do you think?
I think the Night Owls have to get rid of Akshan. I'm not sure what they would take out. Maybe they don't ban the Malphite instead, especially if they were going to pick Lilia. Malphite does not fare well into Lilia. Yeah, they really need to get rid of that Akshan. He was putting in so much work.
Oh my goodness, yes. And paired with the Leona, I mean, they could just go engage, like, as an ADC player, if you don't have an engage to go with Leona, sometimes she starts the fight and you can't follow up for a couple of seconds. And Akshan, he can just swing in and start engaging, or he's close enough that he can go in, and then when things start to look dicey, he can very quickly get out. So I think that was a very good choice on the side of NA Rams.
It definitely was. It proved to do all. He went 23 or 22, 3 and 10, 35,000 damage in a 32-minute game. That's a bit over 1,000 damage a minute.
The man does have one of the highest KDAs in the league so far, if not the highest, and this is just going to be a huge part of that as well, moving forward. Though Swizzle Hizzle97 notes that, you know, banning one ADC from Urchin Merchant does not necessarily stop him. He has a very wide complement of ADCs that he can play very, very well. So it's very difficult to ban him out, or even ban some of his carries, because he plays a number of them very, very well.
He does. Urchin Merchant is just genuinely a very, very, very solid player, and he's showing up doing what he needs to for his team.
Swizzle Hizzle noting that, you know, just wait for ADC Zach. I want to see it. I would love to see it. I think he could do it. I think he could pull it off. Maybe with a fasting Zone of support. I don't know. Maybe we could see it happen sometime. But that would be great to see.
The ADC Zach with a Bard top in the same game would make my night.
I concur. I would love to see it. 100%. So I think we'll be taking a short couple-minute break before we start the next game, and we will come back at that time. So hang in there, guys, and we'll see you for Game 2 shortly. right, welcome everybody back for game 2. We are beginning right into picks and bans, so let's go ahead on over.
Are you expecting any changes from the draft from NA Rams or the Night Owls here?
I think so. If I were the Night Owls, I would be a little nervous about leaving the Trundle in NA Ram's hands. I could see them banning that instead of perhaps a Malphite. Hovering a Gangplank ban. Tell me who this is for, please. There's no brown bird on that team.
We see a Malzahar coming out against I Love Lucy instead.
He has a lot of CC, so I think that is a good choice into NA Rams for sure.
Being able to just press R on the carry while the rest of the team sort of gangs up on him is not fun for the person the Malzahar ult is targeting.
No, for sure.
We do see a Master Yi ban coming out from the NA Rams, and the Auction ban coming out from the Night Owls.
I concur.
Wonder...
Good choices.
Good choices indeed. I wonder if they're going to ban... there's the Malphite.
Not taking the Trundle off the
Or
table.
the Vigar.
Or the Vigar.
They're giving Vigar over to Urgent Merchant. I wonder if he's going to opt into it then. And there's a Trundle from the NA Rams.
Just to remind you that, yes, I will take this. Yes, this is one of my mains. He's a big, strong boy, and I'm going to get you.
They even left the Nocturne up, hoping that Phantom Gamer will take that, since, you know, that is a favorable matchup for the Trundle.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what the enemy jungler will choose on the side of the Night Owls. Ooh, locking a Caitlyn. Helps you get away from some of that hard engage that the NA Rams seems to have enjoyed quite much in the last game. Wouldn't be surprised if they did something similar again this game.
Is DRAVEN just good a Caitlyn player? I don't know that we've seen that out of him yet, have we?
That's a great question. He plays, I believe, a little bit of Caitlyn. I'm not sure how much.
Ooh, Caitlyn Morgana. That is a very rough lane for... That is a very rough lane to play into. The constant shove and poke. We do see the Vigar coming out though. Kate Morgana should be able to punish it.
I would agree. They have some significant strength early on that can start to fall off as Vigar, does his scaling thing. But Morgana's shield is going to help them from, at least somebody, one person, from getting caught in that cage.
And we see an Annie coming out. I'm wondering if there's some lane swapping going on here, because I don't know that Maya is a Annie player.
You know, that's a great point, and DRAVEN does not play a ton of Caitlyn either, so I'm starting to wonder if somebody else is going to be on top of that. Guess we'll see who that is just in a moment.
That Kate could also be going into Eatmay's hands. I know Eatmay is an 80 carry main. They could be shuffling her down there.
Yes, great point. Got
And
Mundo Band coming out on the side of Night Owls.
I wonder if they're going to opt for a Nocturne ban, or if they still just want to leave it up.
And they are taking that Nocturne right off the table. Oh,
The Nami
no!
ban. No.
You can't do it!
Ah,
Not my sweet sushi.
I wonder if the NA Rams respond with a Janna ban.
It feels like it has to happen, you know?
Oh, they picked Morgana anyways. Why would they respond with Janna?
Miss Fortune Bot does play
They
some support
banned the
tutor.
Nami.
Bard! Alas, Floodwest, I don't think we'll be seeing a Bard today. Fewer ban also coming out
Fortunate.
from NA Rams. So in our last 2 picks here, what do you think you'll see in that top and jungle?
I would expect to see probably a Zinchao now for Phantom Gamer. Probably the Lilia again for Achievements 21 and top. He was putting in work on it. And Ivern, that is spicy.
Oh, I can't remember. Have we seen this before? We may have. I'm excited to see this. This will
Me
be
too.
a great game.
I am expecting RIPDusty to be invaded a lot by Phantom now. Ivern just being able to smite steal the camps super easily away from Trundle.
This will be the first Ivern that we have seen so far in Wombo eSports Season 1. Looking forward to seeing it.
Me as well.
Looks like a lock spot lane with that Vigar. Let's see what that top lane pick is going to be.
That is a very, very good pick in this comp. Being able to give the infinitely scaling Vigar, the very well scaling Yone, more stats on their mythics.
Yes, and they're all about lines. So, you know, Yone zoops in a line. Lux ults in a line. Ornn ults in a line. It's going to be another big Wombo engage type team fight. With some CC coming around from multiple sides here again as well. And
We do see the set for achievements 21 and top.
very strong set pick here as well. Excited to see how that plays into the arc. Alright.
As somebody who has played this matchup for FIAS ULCS, it is awful as the Ornn player. You just sort of get beat up real hard. But you're useful to your team. Like, you're always useful to your team.
And that's wtfami's strength. As an Ornn player, he plays a lot of Ornn. You know, you have a lot of CC, you offer those stat boosts later on in the game. Good CC again all around, and you know, he knows when to teleport and how to ult and all that good jazz.
They did just shuffle in the lobby.
Oh, okay, so we have PhantomGamerHD going Annie mid. DRAVEN is good as shifting over to Ivor in jungle.
And that Kate Morgana going into hands of Eat May and Misfortune Bot.
I am excited to see this truffle shuffle.
Me as well, this is going to be exciting. I don't know, I would have liked to see Phantom Gamers still in the jungle. And just have swapped, maybe have just swapped Eat May and DRAVEN.
The poor man is just so tired of having all of his mains banned out. I feel
hey,
bad.
they left it up. They left the Nocturne up during first round. They could have picked it.
But they wanted that Trundle pick, which was very good, I think, into what the enemy team was going for. Sadly, was not enough in the last game, but I think it was a very good pick on their part.
What are your predictions for this game, Xeonomore?
There's a lot more CC on the side of the Night Owls. So I'm excited to see how that executes.
Is the greatest enemy.
I think, again, NA Rams has some very strong engage with CC. And that Yone is going to probably be a bit of a problem for some of these squishy boys in the mid and bot lane. Especially supported by some of the Lux CC and shields, Trundle running at your face real quick, Vigar caging you, and Ornn ulting to make sure that you cannot move and are staying in line of the Yone and Lux ults. So I think their team fight is going to be pretty strong. I think the Night Owls also has a very, very strong team fight as well. A combination of the Annie and Morgana ults along with Set and his kit as well. The Ivern feels a little out of place, but I think he offers a lot with Daisy as well, and I think it'll be interesting to see who's going to be counter-engaging and counter-jungling whom there.
I think the Night Owls has a more difficult to execute comp, with Urchin and Aerie being as strong as a bot lane they are. The Kate Morgana like Eat May and Misfortune Bot might have some trouble punishing that as hard as they would like to. And Ivern is just a generally difficult champion to perform well on.
And Aerie notes in the chat, no forgiveness for the Night Owl. For shame, taking away that Nami. Very unkind. And also a hello from Crueler Vitus. Hello, welcome to the chat. Very excited to hear you casting there, Mark.
Yeah, he was a buddy of mine from amateur league I played in for a while. He actually played support for us.
No kidding. Good to have you in the chat, sir. Alright, so we're loading up for the spectator delay that will be happening shortly here. Other thoughts going into this game? What do the Night Owls need? What do the NA Rams need in order to execute their team comps well in the early, mid, and late games?
I think for the Ivern to have the impact that the Night Owls hope it does, they need to have some sort of early lead in the lanes. Because the Ivern does really well at counter jungling, and that would be really good for setting RIPDusty behind. But if there isn't that pressure in the lanes and that priority to rotate, then the Ivern can't do what he wants to do. So just a lot of early pressure for the NA Rams, though. I expect this to be a more scaling. They're trying to play the scaling game with the Ornn, Yone, and Veigar.
So do you think, is the Night Owls early, mid game team? What are you feeling? What do you think?
With the lane pressure they should have, yeah, they're significantly more early mid game than the NA Rams. But once late game comes around, especially with how well Urchin plays the Veigar, it's going to be really it's probably going to be pretty rough for the Night Owls to navigate that. Yeah. Especially if they can't push and prep vision well together, because a well-placed Tibbers on that Veigar is going to make sure that Veigar doesn't get to play the game.
As my old teammate Eminek used to say, and probably still does to this day, vision is our greatest resource. So having all those wards across the map, clearing their vision as you go, is so important. And not only that, but always communication as well. Calling out to your teammates what you're doing when, having a shot caller who will tell you, hey, dragon's up, we need to start setting up for that. Those things are good to have, and I feel like that is one of NA Ram's strengths. I think RIPDusty and Urchin, my understanding is that they are calling some of those pieces out pretty frequently. So it seems like they rotate really well as a team together, and also in pairs and threes and so on.
The rotations from the bot lane last game, incredible. I don't expect to see that so much this game because it's Veigar Lux, but
just a path of death from bot lane and then walking mid and getting that kill and keep on walking all the way up to top lane to shut down that Lilia. Just as got 2 more kills there. So that was a wonderful and insane kind of rotate from NA Rams.
Just demonstrating the communication and teamwork they have. They are a very solid team. Have been looking great since day one.
Absolutely. Night Owls has a very strong team as well. I think they are, as you mentioned last time, maybe more of a strength in the 1-3-1 type comps or other similar dueling types of comps as well. And I think those can certainly work. I am not an analyst. I'm not very good at identifying the comps that work and that don't work. I think it can work. I think it can work into a Wombo team fight as well. There's just some execution pieces that are involved, which I don't know. Yogurt, what do you think? How do you execute that well?
From my understanding, the 1-3-1 comps are very difficult to execute on from behind, especially into teams that like to deathball everywhere. It's like you're behind. You don't have the vision to safely push a lane.
Alright folks, welcome back. I apologize for that. My OBS shut down out of nowhere for no reason. We are back for game 2, NA Rams versus the Night Owls. We're 2.5 minutes in. Saw a normal 5-point defense from the NA Ram. And then back. And we see Ivern prepping. He prepped his Grump, took his Wolves and his blue buff.
We do see a very bold start from PhantomGamer on the Annie. Very heavily expecting to punish the Yone. Darkseal 3 pots. You really only do that if you're expecting to get some sort of massive lead in the lane. But RIPDusty, a well-placed pillar, is going to force the flash out of Phantom Gamer, but DRAVEN, yes, good, is there for the counter gank.
No kill today.
A nice Q3 from the Yone keeps Phantom and DRAVEN from chasing any further.
Some trades in the top side as well.
Annie is running low on mana. This is where we should see I Love Lucy look to get a little bit more aggressive and take these more aggressive trades since Annie can't trade back.
Right. And we see that Ivern has been Scuttle and is looking tops. Wave is not quite in a position to do a gank onto WTFMI, so he is beginning to back.
Ari95 laying down a good bit of poke onto Eatmay and Misfortune Bot.
And that is a Lux skin that is very hard to see some pieces. Great spell shield on
I
you.
agree.
RIPDusty coming in, Pillar, Eatmay flashes, being ignited, goes down to RIPDusty on that last chomp.
The flash heal coming up from Eatmay for a flash from RIPDusty and an ignite from Ari95.
And RIPDusty moving back toward... Not Grump. Oh, Croaks. Moving back toward Croaks. Sorry, blanked there for a second.
It's just red side Gromp.
Yeah, pretty much. I've been floating around bot side. I think he might be waiting for Caitlyn to come in. They don't have vision to see him coming in.
They probably would have... They would know he's there because they have a ward between Blue and Gromp.
Ooh, and Cage comes
So
down
they would have spotted him out over there.
Cage from back, Q from Airy. And RIPDusty re-engaging, getting ready to come in here.
DRAVEN, yes, good. Taking an appreciable chunk of damage. The very well-placed pillar forcing the flash out of DRAVEN, yes, good. They get Misfortune Bot and force DRAVEN, yes, good's flash. I would expect to see RIPDusty go up towards...
And he's invading here for that Gromp, knowing that Ivern will go there. Oh, and he... Smite does take his Gromp. Gets out safely.
RIPDusty not going to be able to get anything. I would expect them to go over to Dragon now. Starting out with a relatively free Ocean Drake would be great for NA Rams.
They're pushed in.
WTF,
The jungler has to go back.
WTFMI taking very good trades up against Achievement 21 on the top side, though. Not what I would have expected out of the Ornn.
I would agree. And I'm very surprised they didn't take that Drake. They were pushed in all the lanes. The jungler and ADC had backed and or were coming back to lane. They had time to take that dragon, but are saving it for a little bit later. And that dang pillar, holy cow. 3 flashes in the first 5 minutes of the game from the mid, ADC, and jungler.
All off of very well-placed pillars from RIPDusty.
Yes. Very, very well played.
RIPDusty going to be looking maybe to fight DRAVEN yes good over this Scuttle Crab.
PhantomGamerHD coming in to see if he can also contest. RIPDusty smites it, it does go to blue side.
Relatively big wave getting shoved in on bot side, meaning the Kate Morgana is doing exactly what they intended to. Nice stun coming out, but the damage gets shielded by the Yone. And only 4 CS deficit for I Love Lucy on the Yone into Annie, which is a relatively rough lane for the Yone.
Yeah, he's keeping up pretty well there for sure. I've been backing to cash in some of that sweet money.
The C-set walking down, probably trying to push a little bit more aggressive vision. Gets spotted out though. We see Yone rotating over, Ornn probably rotating down. This could very well be a collapse onto Achievements 21.
There are 3 in the area, 2 are coming in.
Nice ult from Yone. Nice knockup from the Ornn.
Does he get the... He does. He flashed.
He does.
Another pillar takes another flash. But Achievements 21 gets out with his life. And a kill to boot.
Very, very, very well played by him. I am honestly not sure how WTFami was able to get the second recast, but we can talk about that later. We have a gang coming in from DRAVEN, yes, good, and bot side, getting rooted up by the Lux, and Airy95 and Urchin Merchant are just going to walk this one out.
PhantomGamerHD coming down, flashing onto Airy95, doesn't quite land. Tibbers also does not quite land, gets some good damage off on Urchin and Airy95, but both are living 200 and below health. It was a good rotate by Annie, but doesn't quite get the stun and damage needed to get the kill.
Ping coming out for the Dragon as well. This might go over to the Night Owls here.
Yeah, bot lane has to back. RIPDusty can contest, they certainly can. But it is going to be a 4v2, so they are choosing to not try to be a hero and take that dragon, and are instead backing and taking...
I would like to see I would have liked to have seen RIPDusty path straight up to that Rift Herald. You know, 4 members are bot side. Your Ornn has the shove. That Rift Herald's relatively free. I mean, obviously you're giving a first dragon, but you get more gold off of the first Rift.
Is certainly going to take that gold back and do some shopping before they come back to their lanes, knowing that they won't be at Rift for at least a little bit. And Ivern is sticking around for a little bit longer. Has not taken that scuttle that's there. He's moving past his Gromp enough to wolf.
We do see RIPDusty invading the Ivern on top side, taking away this red buff from him.
Not popping the blast cone, gonna engage on Achievements 21. He's gonna come in from the Tribush gang. Achievements 21 knows he's here, thanks to that ward that was placed early.
Achievements 21 has the showstopper available. I would have liked to have seen him take the Eat May just gets deleted by the Lux and Vigar, and DRAVEN Yes Good is here to maybe try to make something happen. He's just gonna walk out. Can't really do too much there.
But not able to do much follow-up at this time. Oh,
we see yeah. I was just gonna comment on this play. Good pillar from RIPDusty, nice ult from Yone, and PhantomGamer gets dropped. He put Tibbers on cooldown as well, so Yone has better trading windows for about the next 60-70-ish seconds.
Absolutely, and we're seeing some of that nice. We have 2 pink wards from both teams coming out, littering up the river on bot side for red team, which is a great spot for those knowing how RIPDusty likes to go. Top side, we have some trading between Achievements 21 and WTFami.
The showstopper coming out. Apparently something happened to bot lane because Misfortune bot is dead. Airy95 has a really nice snipe with the Lux ult after what it was apparently some heavy trading. Left Misfortune bot on about 100-200 HP.
Eat May needed to flash to get over and not get stunned by the cage. Almost gets an ult off on Vigar, but not quite enough, and Airy shields and blocks it for him.
WTFami almost dropping to the set there because he decided to step up and tank a very large wave.
Oh, I wonder if Ivern's looking for that rift, maybe. He's looking to do some counter jungling, knowing that Trundle is top side. Oh, getting that root off on Airy95. Ignite coming down from Misfortune, and Eat May does get the kill. Ooh.
I wonder if Merchant could... no, he's just gonna have to walk it out.
Stopped by that cage, almost took a Q to the face, but sidesteps it very wonderfully. He keeps his life. Has to keep looking out for those Morgana Qs because he no longer has his support to shield him and counter Q.
Very nice binding coming out from the Morgana, but as I say that, we watch I Love Lucy pick up a kill onto PhantomGamer with the assistance of RIPDusty. And we have bot lane roaming up now, pushing RIPDusty out of river. They're just gonna take the Scuttle Crab and move on.
Seeing bot side, seeing if anybody else comes. Airy does come, but a little bit after they leave. They're not rotating up on her. She'll get rid of that vision there for where to come late. The achievement's going in on WTFami, who's pushed up to tower. Getting that damage off. Ooh. Ult coming
Nice
down,
binding from...
Smites to get some health back. Morgana shield. Ooh, and he is staved today. Does not lose his life. Area 95 looking. Gets a knee down, but does not get the Urchin Merchant stepping pretty far up. Misfortune bought ultic, but not enough damage. His team is not close enough to follow up.
Area 95 flashing away from Phantom Gamer, who does not have Tibbers available. Area 95 getting caught up by Daisy. Achievements 21 flashing over and picking up the kill onto Area 95.
Achievements 21 going in hard for this Vigar. Gets that beautiful shot down gold. Continues for RIPDusty. Putting some damage out from both the Annie and the set. And Annie does get the kill. That is another dragon going to Night Owl.
And that is 4 stacks on the Dark Seal for Annie too.
See, she can stack too. Not the only stacking champion in the bot lane. Stacks! Yes!
Red team has slain the
And we
dragon.
see that Set is now 3-0-1, has a 400 gold shutdown.
Opted for Titanic Hydra as his first item instead of Tiamat into Mythic.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
It looks like they're going to opt to keep Achievements 21 in the bot lane too and move maybe the Morgana Caitlyn up towards topside.
Yeah, and he got that first tower, so a little bit of extra gold going tonight. Engagement happening in mid lane. Ooh, and Tibbers comes out, but I Live's Luci snaps back to his body. He does not take that stun and damage. Top tower looking a little bit loose. WTFMI decided not to risk his life and stick around for 2. Ooh, re-engage in mid. PhantomGamerHD does go down.
I Love Lucy does not drop to Tibbers. Nice spell shield from Misfortune Bot gets him out of there too.
Nicely done. So RIPDusty's looking for that Rift Herald start. You see that DRAVEN Yes Good is moving through his camp. He's gonna pop that cone. See that he's there. The team may begin to engage, but blue side is pushed into mid lane. So they are beginning to rotate toward Rift. See who lands the Q first from Lux and Morgana. And here Cage coming down from Rift. Aerie does snipe Kate. Teleport
TP coming out from...
And the Rift does go to the Sweet. And Arrows. It's a good engage. They got to sneak it in there right in the middle.
We do see the Mythic coming online for both the Ivern and the Annie as well. The Moonstone Renewer for Ivern and Luden's Tempest for Annie.
Botlane is still working on their first items as well. But as the next few waves are taken, I'm sure they will have those very soon.
I expect the Vigar and Lux to have the I expect Vigar and Lux to have their mythics on next pack. We do see the Divine Sunder coming out from RIPDusty as well now.
A couple folks rotating bot side, so bot is still staying bot side on the Night Owls, and the NA Rams bot side, or bot lane are mid. So there's some parallel swappage here. And swapping mostly happening on the NA Ram. Oh, RIPDusty's floating around. He's going in on DRAVEN Yes Good. Urchin and Aerie are moving to follow up. Ult does land from Aerie 95. Cage does not. Ult coming down from Ant onto Aerie 95. Not quite enough damage. Ult coming in from Kate. Not enough because Aerie 95 shielded. And she lives to see another dead. Bot lane rotating back toward mid.
This is a significantly less bloody game than game 1 was.
Yes, by this phase in the game, I'll say. But oh man, those pillars are killer! Alright, so it looks like some folks are resetting. Bot lane is resetting from NA Ram. RIPDusty is not looking to yet plot his Rift Herald. He was looking at it before, but now that they had rotated, he is gonna hold on to that for a little bit longer.
I would like to see RIPDusty possibly save this Rift Herald, drop it mid before Dragon to draw some pressure, force the Night Owls to answer that. We see RIPDusty walking up towards the set in topside too. I think set knew and decided to back off.
Yep, they're hanging a little bit further back. Dragon is coming up in 45 seconds. I see that Area 95 is starting to get some vision there in the river. But folks are still kind of floating around top side of mid lane. Seeing if they can get a pick before this Dragon.
The Yone resetting a little bit late, doesn't have TP.
This
with
could shape the fight.
That definitely could. I would have liked that Yone to have reset probably 30 seconds earlier.
Taking blue buff as well. And they are there. They are ready for Dragon. But NA Rams is just going to take the tower instead and probably still come in for this team fight. Achievements 21 and DRAVEN, they are re-engaging for that mid lane fight.
Nice flash tibbers from Phantom Gamer. Nice Yone and Ornalt as well. RIPDusty drops, but so does Eat May. Or Phantom Gamer, I mean. Followed shortly by the Ornn and Morgana.
Very effectively using those bushes with that pink ward to maintain bit. Oh, cage coming down! A lot of damage from Urchin Merchant. Goes down to achievement 21.
And I Love Lucy barely manages to get out. And Eat May does not drop because Moonstone Renewer and the Ivern Shield negated a lot of that damage.
Yes, very well played from the Night Owls. There was a lot of back and forth in that fight. And they come out on top again and are going to get the third Drake of this game. Achievements 21 looking for another kill, doing some zoning as well.
Area 95 doing a very good job to kite Achievements 21 back.
Yes. Taking this Dragon a little bit slowly. But it's fine. They get it. Eri does not have time to throw that ult in there. She is clearing the pink ward displace.
Late.
So RIPDusty looking to take that red buff, knowing that Ivern is nowhere nearby. He's going to do some counter jumping.
That Yone recalling, I think that Yone recalling before, like 30 seconds before the Dragon fight cost them that, because they weren't able to set up and get the first engage off or find a pick off of the Night Owls not having the vision.
They had a great look mid lane, looking to take that tower and distract from Dragon, given that they were not quite there in time to be set up for Drake. So they decided to go for the tower instead. But Night Owls decided to re-engage as a team fight on that mid lane as Rift Herald was popping. And they took the fight really well. So Yone was there for it, but he was a tad late. But I think it was about some of their positioning in that fight. And the use of those bushes was very well done by the Night Owl. From Ivern Bush and also Bot River.
We do see mythics now for everybody except for the Morgana. The Morgana opted into the
Area 95 getting caught, and some roots and some damage.
Very nice cage and root from the Vygar and Lux to pick up the kill onto Misfortune Bot. Ivern overstaying his welcome, getting caught in the cage and almost picked up. He's forced to flash away.
Fantastic flash by DRAVEN, yes, good.
Nice knockup.
Oh, getting caught by wtfami. He does get knocked.
Gale forced.
Don't care about that tower, we're gonna munch you anyway.
Just tanking so many turret shots.
That's so bold!
Merchant caught on the wrong side of the turret. Getting picked up by Achievement 21.
That man loves those shutdowns. He's 5-0-3. Continuing to go 1v4.
He has the gore drinker, but it's not enough. He gets picked up by I Love Lucy. A nice shutdown going over to the Yone there.
It's enough to 1v1 Urchin Merchant under tower, but not enough to 1v4 quite yet. And they do take him down 750 gold shutdown, and also take that mid lane tower. But
it went over to the Yone as well, meaning he gets online sooner. And Urchin Merchant got an assist. That means stacks. 5 stacks for that Vygar passive. Speaking of stacks, how many does he have now? He is sitting at 198 stacks.
That is a lovely number this time in the game.
It very much is. Doing a very good job harassing and farming off those, pressing Q on those minions.
And we do see that Annie, at the same time that things were happening in mid lane, got that free top tower as well. So two of the first row towers are down on blue side, 3 on red, or actually still 2 on red side as well. So they are even in towers at this point. Night Owls are up 3 drakes. Doing some vision clearing. Taking some things in the jungle in the meantime. Oh, looking for that pick coming down on Eat May.
Vigar going to grab Eat May. Oh,
good
not
dodge
enough
on
damage.
that left ult. Oh, not a good place to back. Not a good place to back. Oh, the Aerie comes down. And ends.
Aerie95 doing a great job to pick up that kill onto Eat May. And they're gonna give the blue buff over to Urchin Merchant as I Love Lucy goes top to match the set. Set getting a nice stun, nice trade. I Love Lucy gets forced to flash.
So much knockup.
Nice ult. Such a nice play from I Love Lucy to pick up Achievements 21, who went a little bit too far.
Tibbers
nice flash. Nice flash Zanyas from Urchin Merchant to escape the Tibbers. We see Daisy coming out too. It's looking like the Night Owls are going to keep pushing this.
Oh, another cage.
But
down.
a cage catching 2.
Ivern comes down. PhantomGamerHD comes. They are chasing Misfortune Bot. I'm not sure they're close enough to get her. She does escape with her
They
life,
are
but
not.
that means that they are not going to get this last Drake, this soul right here that was
Like-
for them.
We see RIPDusty dancing in Dragon Pit. And a comment from Aerie95 about banning the Nami.
This is the comeuppance, she says.
Red team's turret
They
has
do
been
take
destroyed.
that mid tower or that bot tower as well. The Misfortune Bot trying to clear some of these waves. wtfami is stepping up very confident under this tower.
wtfami just about to... He doesn't care about those turret shots.
Nope, he's a tanky
Like-
boy. They're clearing the
Oh.
waves.
Ooh, there's a TP coming from Set behind them.
The
Nice
comes
cage
down.
from Urgent Merchant though to keep Achievements 21 from getting in.
He's
He
engaging
is
very
still
far
just going
ahead.
on down. Nice flash stun from him. Cage though is probably going to save Urgent. Not
down
Aerie95 though. And Urgent Merchant picks up the kill. Achievements or RIPDusty flashing in to keep going, gets ignited by Misfortune Bot alt Zanyasing. This is a bloodbath. Urgent Merchant going on a killing spree.
So that is a 2-4-2 in the bot side. With some shutdowns
Urchin
coming to
Merchant.
both sides.
Urgent Merchant picking up both of those kills, so that's a lot of gold and stacks for him. He is now sitting at a lovely 259 stacks.
And just upgraded Urchin Merchant's mythic item as well. So he's going to be coming back quite a bit of things. Or
Now
boost.
having that Eternal Winter, giving a ton of extra AP, health, mana, and ability haste. That is great for the Vigar, who is now sitting at 622 AP before his Rabadon's death cap is finished.
He is going to be chunking towers soon as well as champions.
Those tiny little auto attacks doing half of a turret's health bar.
Yeah. It's going to be happening soon for sure.
Very, very well played by the side of the NA Rams. Though the Night Owls are putting up one heck of a fight.
Yeah, they had a really good engage there. I think if more of the Night Owls had been close enough and all there present at the same time, that fight would have gone very, very much in their favor. Really well done. Good engagement. We see Misfortune. Ooh, Yone is trying to catch this Misfortune bot. Does not land. Getting a little damage onto Aerie95 from Caitlyn Q. They're hunting. They're split. They're a little bit split here. Whereas the NA Rams are grouped up pretty tight. So we're seeing some regathering of the Night Owl for this mid lane push.
Annie does have Tibbers and is one ability cast away from stun. There's the
Ooh.
She's gonna have to restack it now.
Ivern almost getting caught out, but is not grabbed yet. RIPDusty looking through some vision.
Rip.
Achievements looking for
Set
a
coming.
flank.
Yeah. Could have been a good look to pick up Area 95 there before any big fighting ensues.
And they're rotating topside to match Achievements 21, knowing that he will be pushing there and to push out that way. Engaging onto wtfami, knowing he has that blast in there to get out as he needs to. Area 95 right there, but she is not quite in range to get that kill. Bold to take that red, but he does take it. Area 95 clearing vision in the Baron pit. They are across the map. NARAMS is spread out now, and the Night Owls are grouped. They're clearing some vision as well. Looking to collapse on RIPDusty and Area 90. Oh! Get Ivern instead. Here comes Set. TP from I Love Lucy.
Draven, yes, good, just drops.
Oh, Misfortune Bot is his best. Flash! Ult from left. Ult for more. Knockouts from Set.
Very nice stun onto the Ornn. Phantom Gamer is going to drop. Kill going over to I Love Lucy.
And it is a 4-0 going to NARAMS. He's a really good engage there in a really tough spot. They can split right around here. And Dragon Pit does cost them Baron here. Or Baron Pit, I apologize.
After this Baron, I expect the NARAMS to just walk straight down to Dragon.
Looks like they'll back and do some buying first. They got some good shutdowns and some other kills there.
That is a Rabadon's death cap finished for the Veigar now, putting him at 996 AP at 29 minutes.
And
That is one scary, scary Veigar.
And Ornn having updated Yone's ability, or his item as well. So he'll be coming back with even more stuff. We're setting up for this Drake. They are coming into it very slowly. If Night Owl starts this right away, they could have a good chance of snatching it before the whole team can get there. But they really need to be a lot closer than they're at right now. They're all starting to rotate, trying to clear some of that bot wave.
They definitely need to start it on spawn, with Yone not being there yet. It looks like that is what they're going to do. Area 95 and I Love Lucy going on to the Dragon. Finding the Trundle Pillar displaced Yone during his ult, or like at the beginning of his ult animation, so we missed it entirely. Yone still finding the double kill.
Oh, Draven, yes, good. Surviving a long time. Flashes, but
wtfami just chasing him down. The Bomby Cinder picking up the kill on the Draven, yes, good. And that's going to be at least mid inhib turret gone. Maybe the inhibitor. With respawn timers, they might be able to push for at least one of the Nexus turrets as well.
Yeah, with Baron Buck, and a lot of their team down, 4 of their team down, they're just going to push through that inhib turret. They could keep going. I don't know that they can end the game, but they can certainly. Yep, it looks like they're going to start. Ooh! Ooh, Area 95! Ooh! And
Area 95 is playing a dangerous game.
Yes! wtfami moved to cover it for her, but she didn't need it. She had a shield. She was good to go. Gonna clear red side's jungle on their way out and up to top side to get that push started. I'm sure a couple of folks will be back into buy as the Night Owls come up again.
We see that Dark Seal still sitting on the Annie, 0 stacks. Not doing so hot with that.
Nope, I'm rotating top side. I don't know that they're speedy enough to quite catch the rest of that team. And RIPDusty begins to back wtfami shortly to follow. I'm sure I Love Lucy will come next, and he does.
We still don't have a mythic item coming out for Misfortune.
Yeah, that Zonya's is
But yet,
very
still just sitting on the Zonya's.
Oh,
Everybody else is sitting on 2 items though. Misfortune Bot isn't. Misfortune Bot's just the Zonya's, Fiendish Codex, and the Amp Tome.
She struggled to get some gold there.
Sometimes I need to treat myself.
At least the Black Shield ults and roots provide a lot of utilities to the team.
Oh my goodness, yes. Has saved quite a number of lives. Prolonged many others.
Those Black Shields coming out from Misfortune Bot have been really clean.
Really great choice of Morgana this game for sure. So Baron buff is down. Looks like the NA Rams are looking to maybe get a pick or two around and clearing some vision as they go. Just pushing those waves out. NA Rams are looking topside. It's a low turret over there. Cheapens 21 looking to engage on wtfami. As NA Rams move to take that bot tower. Looking to cash
Achievements
out.
21 misses the pole though, so he can't get anything there.
Ooh. Pillar might save Misfortune Bot's life.
It
Ooh.
did.
Good flash, but it's not enough! The ult is huge! Coming from Urchin Merchant. Over half health of Misfortune Bot. They're going
Urchin
hard.
Merchant is very low. Yone ulting in.
Good ult from Lux. Good cage from Urchin Merchant. Looking for another.
We have
tower.
set TP'd, I think, to a flank. Or he just walked down there. He's coming up behind the NA Rams here. Wonder if he can make anything happen, or if he's just gonna make sure they can't taxi that next wave up.
It's a good look, but I think that's all he can do. Oh, they're engaging on him. They know he's here. He ulted. Oh, look at that! Oh, a lot of damage.
That damage onto Area 95. The flash from Annie managing to pick up a counter kill. Zania's is going to get her killed, and that means Urchin Merchant is now sitting on a lot of AP. He is at 1060 AP right now, at 3 items.
They are pushing bot and top towers. Misfortune is pushing some of those minions off of their mid center turret. It's good trying to get them off of their top tower.
Not sure that it matters. I think the minions just take the inhibitor turret.
And bot tower and inhib are also down. Urchin Merchant, I love Lucy.
And
Are we getting it back? I love Lucy taking another wave, if he can.
WTFami, the dragon spawning in 30 seconds. They have a ton of map pressure. They can afford to not reset a little bit late or just wander down to dragon. I think the Yone is looking to take the blue side of Draven Yes Good's jungle before this dragon. I'd like to see the Night Owls look to trade for Baron here, since they know they can't contest this, and NARMs need to, or they give up soul.
It is very true. They are still pushing out some waves. They're kind of floating around Drake. They know they can't get it, so they're just going to hang back. They take that very quickly from NA Rams. wtfami is updating RIPDusty's mythic now, as NA Rams rotates up to Baron.
I think that's going to be a relatively free Baron with the super minion waves pushing in, and the Night Owls don't have the vision to know that they would be on this Baron. Just some hunches would give them enough they need to have to go, I guess.
Ooh, Misfortune Bot in a rough spot here. Has a spell shield that's not enough, gets blown up by Urchin Merchant, Airy, and RIPDusty. RIPDusty takes that red buff on their way to Baron.
Urchin Merchant is stacking very well on both Dark Harvest and his passive. 377 stacks on passive, 22 stacks on Dark Harvest. He is the stack master tonight.
Stacks!
And NA Rams secures the Baron. They could probably just look to run it down mid.
They do run Ivern down. That kill goes to RIPDusty. Eat May backing up to mid. Lucy Set and Annie also back to protect these last two towers. They do have Baron buff. All 5 of them are coming. It's gonna be really tough to hold. They got some CC, they got some damage. I think they can make something happen. Morgana is here as well. They're just down 1. Oh my goodness, look at how much those autos are doing from Urchin Merchant. Ooh. And a Q and a W is all it takes to take Morgana down by 5. Another cage coming down on, oh my goodness, on
And
PhantomGamerHD.
that is game.
There's not a lot left here to hold the door. They got super minions, they've got Barret, they've got a whole 5 stack. Take down those towers super quickly. Looking to see if they can get a last kill. And they go for it as they end the game and take on that Nexus. Really great point from Sizzle Hizzle that didn't even pick an ADC Urchin Merchant, and he is still carrying this game. Well played.
Unsurprisingly, Urchin Merchant did the most damage in the game yet again. Followed again by Achievements 21, putting in work on that set.
Well played. And we see the score from Urchin Merchant 16, 3, and 12. That is a lovely KDA. And we're seeing 7, 0, and 6. I love luci hanging in and doing lots of damage there himself, not a single death.
Managing to show up really well in a counter matchup, 40 CS lead, just sort of styling on the Annie.
Lines. It was all about lines, and they had a lot of them, plus the circle cage to hold people in those lines.
Circles and lines, it's all circles and lines.
It's all circles and lines! I'm waiting for triangles next. I'm hoping to see that next. Well played, guys.
Would be interesting.
Go ahead. Any other thoughts before we start bringing folks in for interviews?
Not really, just it was a very, very fun series to watch.
Very much. I do want to comment again, as always, on Vision. Airy95 coming out with 105 Vision score. That is a beautiful, beautiful Vision score. We got 40 words placed from her, 28 coming next from Morgana, and then again we're seeing a lot from the jungler as well. So good objective takes from both teams. They're so close to Soul. Night Owl, so close. Sadly, we're not able to run it back from there. Really good engages, really good team fights. I'm looking forward to hearing more about picks bans and some of those strats that folks had.
Me as well.
Alright. So I think if folks want to start coming on in, we'd love to ask you some questions. And Yogurt, I will leave you to start those as I move us over in our stream.
When I will wait a second till we have more representatives from the teams, particularly NA Rams. Would love to have them up here as well. We have people starting to flood in now. We're ready for questions. My first one is headed towards the Night Owls. Can you walk me through your draft, your thoughts in draft for game 1?
Pick Trundle away from the enemy. DRAVEN and Janna are the champions they like to play. I paid Lilia because their top laner is a tank player. Lilia is very good against tanks, and we picked Ahri because we need a lot of needed mobility in the mid lane, or else J4 would just sit on it.
It seemed like a very good pick ban strat from my perspective. Thank you, sir. And from NA Rams. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the same thing from NA Rams.
They did not ban Akshan, so we picked that up. And then Leona's really good with it because if Leona goes, Akshan can follow up with the hook shot. Trundle and Jarvan's kind of even-ish for the most part. And Jarvan's just good in the meta for now. luci wanted Kennen mid, which he was blind picking, so and a lot of his champs were already banned out with the Malzahar, Yon, and Lucian. And then into the Lilia, wtfami just wanted the Mundo, so that's what we went with.
He was a very healthy boy throughout, that is for sure.
Definitely was. I liked the draft from NA Rams. Game 1, you guys had a really, really good wombo. Layering the alts, Leona, Kennen, J4, it would have made it very difficult for the Night Owls to navigate those fights.
Absolutely. Other questions from game 1, Yogurt?
I noticed you guys held off a lot on taking the early dragons after the Night Owl's bot lane would recall, and you guys would, or the mid laner would recall. So you guys would have had a numbers advantage. What was your thought process there? Just holding off on the Drake instead of going for it early? RIPDusty.
Honestly, I don't exactly remember. Usually it depends on with the health and everything. I think a lot of the time there were a few times that somebody from our bot lane was low or Kennen was low. So if they got a good in to begin with, or Draven used R, it could turn into an even fight.
All right. I have no other questions from game 1.
It looks like none in the chat so far as well, so let's move on ahead to game 2. Let's talk about those picks and bans.
Let's start off. We can start off again with the Night Owls. I wanted to hear your guys' hear your thoughts there. What was with the switch putting Draven Yes Good in jungle, Phantom in mid, and Eat May in bot?
Some just a team decision. Try to figure stuff out. We know that these games don't matter for us this week, so figured this was a good week to try stuff out, and that is what we did.
It was looking good for a while. The Ivern had a lot of impact early, making with the counter ganks.
I thought it was I thought it went fine. I thought our first 20 minutes in the second game was better than our first 20 minutes in the first game, so there's that, I guess.
Absolutely. Getting kills across the map, getting those 3 Drakes, really, really well timed to get some kills, start those Drakes, and then back off. And take some camps and take some waves as well. Really nice positioning and preparation around that. In terms of picks bans from NA Rams, what was your thought process there?
I mean, bans are pretty standard first 2 for if Phantom was actually going jungle.
Yeah.
And then we just didn't want the Vayne in top because we have a tank player for top lane, so Vayne is good into tanks. Then we get first pick, so we just picked the Trundle. Again, he's just good in the meta right now. Urchin said that he wanted Vigar, so we just picked Vigar Yon. That way it couldn't be banned away, so no Trixies, but we secure those 2 picks, I guess.
It's not
And then Ari wanted Lux into the Morgana and Caitlyn. And then we had the blind top, so he figured Ornn was fairly safe.
Yeah, set plays were really nice into the Ornn. And dude, I have to say, those pillars, bro, first like 5 minutes of the game, you took 3 flashes with those pillars. Very well positioned. Especially, I was thinking with the Annie, you held on to that pillar for a long time until she was right stuck there at the edge of the wall, so that she physically could not move beyond it, had to flash. So very well placed there. I did want to ask about the bans from the Night Owls as well, banning banning the Nami and leaving up the Trundle, actually. Can you talk through that thought process as well?
I don't think it was either. I think the important bit was switching Vigar to Akshan and then getting beat by Vigar. I think instead should have just banned them both. I mean, the Trundle is obviously good, but I think specifically RIPDusty's Trundle is very good because he knows how to play against other meta junglers and when to invade and their timings, and I think Ivern kind of throws a lot out of the window, a
Mhm.
lot of that out of the window. So I don't think that Trundle we were necessarily, taken over by. I think not banning Vigar was a mistake. Probably could have left up Malphite, but our team comp was a little squishier than most, so leaving up Malphite's dangerous because
It adds that
obviously,
additional engage, yeah. And they had a lot already.
yeah. So
Initially, I was thinking that Ivern felt a little out of place in the team comp, but as we were seeing him do the counter engages and the jungling patterns, I think it was a really good pick. I would agree.
yeah, I thought he did great. His
Yeah,
definitely did his thing. I mean,
he
he
doesn't play
did
jungle a lot, right?
exactly. I mean, that is his second most played position
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
awesome.
I asked him if he felt like swapping by chance. Maybe we can, give something else a go. And he said, "Yeah, my second most played is jungle." Um, from our original in the beginning of the season, I mean, that's what he had second. He was a ADC jungle player, so um, he did great. He did everything he needed to do. He cleared camps, gave the team buffs, shielded. Yeah, was there a lot for the counter engage. I mean, you've seen him counter engage the Trundle in mid lane a few times. Showed up bot a few times when he was needed. I mean, did what he needed to do.
Absolutely.
I thought the Ivern played well.
I would agree. I thought it was neat on both teams. We had 2 pillars on NA Rams and 2 giant minions walking around bonking on people on your team, the Night Owls. That was fun to watch. Especially as with you set in top lane, the Trundle pillar came out and then the Ornn pillar would come out or vice versa. And you navigated those really well. So any other questions for game 2 before we move into MVPs and wrap up for the night?
I have no other questions.
All right, I don't think I do either. I'm seeing nothing in the chat, so let's go ahead and move on to MVPs. NA Rams, could you please start for us?
I think for both games, I think I have to give it to Dom for both games. Because his kiting and damage in game 1 was pretty huge, especially onto Devin when he was up there. Lily is very slippery to catch when she gets all her stacks. And then in the second game, I mean, the set was probably the most scary thing in the team fights. Because he could easily ult in either Devin or I, or I should say wtfami or I, into the back line, and then he got a lot of damage off with that. So
Great call. Yeah, those Lilia 2v1 engages in topside were really well played. And also some very good engages and teleports as set as well in game 2. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Heck yeah. So Night Owls, your MVPs.
I must give it to Urchin Merchant, as that man was everywhere. He was even top lane in game 1,
He's a
which is
friggin'
not
monster.
easy to do as an ADC. He was everywhere invisibly in game 1, getting 32 kill participation, which is, as the ADC, to get that much kill participation is insane. When your team, with 34 out of 30, 34 out of 39 kill participation. I'm sorry, 32 out of 39, whatever. And the next highest is 24. I mean, from an ADC standpoint, it's incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah.
To make that many plays from such a non-playmaking position is really, really, really difficult. And then, I mean, in game 2, there was nothing to be done about Vigar. I mean, I would obviously want to shout out Lucy on the Yon 7-0-6. I mean, he did fantastic job. Never dying, also not easy to do. To
Especially
play
as Yone.
play an entire game with your screen in color is a pretty good feat. But I mean, 16, 3, and 12. I don't believe the damage charts were relatively close either. Nah. He just put the team in a cage, and that was that.
Small but mighty.
Very.
Lots of good CC there as well. Thank you guys. Any final thoughts, comments, questions? From either team, from casters, from anyone in chat?
It was a very, very exciting and fun series to watch. Thank you guys for the fun games.
Just good games. Glad that we both were able to get full teams in.
Yeah, me as well.
Awesome.
I am
Thank you.
happy we all made it.
And I do have to call out Airy95. She's noting the respect for supports and the utility that you offer. A lot of great Morgana Qs, a lot of good Lux Qs. Holy cow, those lines of damage from the Lux as well. You got a lot of snipes in the back line, so I have to call you out and thank you there as well. Great games from both teams. Well played, guys. Excited to see the next one. We had a game happening simultaneous to this one between the Knights and Coconut Crabs. That is now wrapped up and it is streaming. Stream will be, I believe, on SoHXC's account or shortly after this one wraps up and casted over.
I'll be taking over.
Okay, so HXC will take over the stream for that one if you want to stay tuned or catch it at a later date using the VODs. Our next match is scheduled for Wednesday night between Glazed Non-Human Primates and YoPlays. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you guys then. Thanks, guys, and have a good night.